Yo guys, what if I told you you're using Claude wrong? Nowadays, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're a junior or a senior developer. What does matter is how you use AI. And today I'm going to show you how to exactly do that. The industry is moving fast and you need to keep up. I'm going to be explaining to you today how to methodically articulate your skills files to help Claude best understand what you want. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I've collected all of Anthropic's best resources for various different skills files that you can use in all your projects. So come with me as I'm going to show you how to maximize your Claude. Skills in Claude are an incredibly important thing. It explains to Claude how to handle a specific task. Claude will read this beforehand to validate that it is working as you want it to, without having to re-explain yourself over and over into the same prompts. A skills file tells Claude how to handle a specific task. It's something Claude will read beforehand, so it knows how to behave how you want it to, without having to re-explain it over and over. This is incredibly useful for tasks you're going to do often. Let's look at a simple example. So as you can see, we are in VS Code. So this is my personal portfolios repository. And where skills can be useful here are for tasks that are going to be repetitively done by Claude. For example, let's just say I want to review code in my code base. What could be useful here is building a code reviewer to review my code in my code base. So we are going to make a folder called code reviewer. As you can see, I have created a code reviewer folder. And within this code reviewer folder, we are going to create a skill file. And this code reviewer folder is going to have a skill.md. You can use the reference on the website I've linked in the description below. But as you can see here, please refer to the description below for the Claude skills that I used in this video. As you can see here, I have created a code reviewer skill. Now the description is really important here. Use this when the user asks to review, audit, or improve code quality. It covers readability, performance, and security. The description here is incredibly important. The most important attribute of this skills folder is the description. If the description is vague, Claude is not going to know when to use it. But in this description here, this when the user asks to review, audit, or improve code quality, covers readability, performance, and security. This is very clear. If I ask for this from Claude, it's going to know to access this and use this. Let's say the description is something more generic, like use this to check code. Use this to check code is a lot more ambiguous, not as clear, and does not help Claude identify as well as the latter, where we are way more specific about reviewing, auditing, and improving code quality. By having a clear description, it makes it a lot less ambiguous for Claude to know when to help out. Now for the code review skill section, we can be a bit more clear about what exactly to do. The description tells Claude when to do it, but the code review skill tells you what to do. So as you can see here, we want to flag security vulnerabilities, performance issues, readability improvements, and always trying to explain why something is a problem. So this is great, but what if we want multiple Claude skills? Let's say we want to make another skill. We're going to go to our Claude folder here, create a new folder. Let's call it LinkedIn post. And we're going to create another skill MD file. As you can see here, we're going to create a new file, skill.md, and likewise, we would go on from there. Having multiple skills is really important for a big, sophisticated project. The more skills, the better. It gives Claude context. It gives you context into when Claude should use certain information you give it, where Claude uses the description to identify when to do something, and then you describe what you want it to do, instead of reprompting hundreds or thousands of times because you're doing the same thing over and over again. This will save you lots of time, and you can use it in parallel between projects. One thing worth noting in Claude is that these files, they work very modularly. What this means is you don't want big skills files. You want to be very direct with your wording and isolate different ideas in different files. In our example, we have the code reviewer and the LinkedIn post skill. We want to isolate these into two different skills files. Claude can understand these files better when they're isolated, and it also helps you maintain these skills files as you continue to grow them and modify them.